Recently, Metro PCX released two mid-range phones, the LG K10 and the Samsung Galaxy J7. What's going on, everybody? This is Varieties Tech, back to do a full comparison between these two phones. Without any further ado, let's get started. Let's gonna start with the design in both phones. Actually, before we start, I wanna let you something. These two phones, actually, there is no any innovative in the design. They looks beautiful, nice, and everything, but I believe we have seen this design before. I mean, the LG actually kind of curve textures, make it grip, but it's still very slippery phone. I don't know why. Maybe you guys need to get a case for that phone. Very nice, glassy actually bezels here, as you guys can see. Is very reflective. You got proximity sensor, 5 megapixel camera, speaker, the speaker in the back, buttons on the back as well. This is actually now become old-fashioned design, so nothing really innovative, that because we have seen this one a lot with the other LG phones actually. Unfortunately, no LED flash for notification, and this is actually not much stable when you put them on a table or something. Okay, while it comes to the Samsung here, you know, it's still plastic, and the LG actually has a black plastic, the back plastic, and from the edges this has the chrome finish actually, but it's plastic, but it looks good, nice in hands. And you have actually the matte finish here. This is not a glossy reflective, no fingertip. It's gonna be on the back. Speaker, camera, 13 megapixel flash, no proximity sensor as well. So these are actually the two bad things in this phone. You could say the designs just become old, because the Samsung came with this design since the release, actually the Note or the Samsung Galaxy S3 even, you know what I mean? They have the buttons, physical buttons. So technically these design actually it's kind of old, so nothing really new, but they still look beautiful, gorgeous. I'm not saying anything bad about this design, but you know, sometimes we love to see different designs. No doubt that the Samsung Galaxy J7 and the LG K10 both actually have very nice display, but the size will be different for the Samsung Galaxy J7. So we're gonna be having 5.5-inch display, and you have a 5.3 display. So technically it's a smaller phone. People, they might like a big phone but not too big, so this is going to be actually their phone, so they will love to take that phone because it's going to be a smaller phone. As you guys can see, you can notice that actually the Samsung is bigger. This is back actually because the size of screen is 5.5 inch, which is bigger. We have IPS display and you have Super AMOLED display. I mean, if you guys can see, I have the same scene over here. You guys gonna be able to see that's the Samsung actually more bright than the LG. LG color is actually kind of dark a little bit, and this is actually my doubts about it. Both actually the same resolution, 720p, which is good and decent, and the PPI even more with the LG, even for a smaller screen. So you have 277 and you have 267, which is only 10 PPI, which is nothing in my opinion. So let's gonna play these videos together, and we actually can judge which display will be actually better. Let's gonna move on to the Super AMOLED display. They're trying to see the angle, because actually the rotation, okay, so still good no matter where you see actually the display. So Super AMOLED display for the J7, beautiful actually, even with a little bit less of for the PPI. The IPS display actually good from the angle side, but as you guys can see, start losing or just become a little bit dark in my opinion. The color production, the vividness, actually way much better with the Super AMOLED display. This is at least my opinion. You guys let me know what do you think about it. That's gonna also move on the speaker performance in both. As you guys can see, this is located in the back, so, and actually the LG kind of the same thing is gonna be also located on the back. But I have some doubts about the Samsung speaker. This is actually even the quality and the sound is not really loud. I mean, you have a big phone over here, so they would better if they actually put a good speaker. But the way they want to make the phone be more affordable, they have to use the cheap stuff. But let me just compare the sound quality so you guys can tell, both on the high volume as you guys can see. So we just want to make sure. Let's gonna start with the Samsung. I don't know if you guys have seen or hear the sound. It came from the LG. Actually, it's a better voice and kind of a little bit even louder. Now the brake dealer, actually it's gonna be the hardware that time. I mean the speaker, it's minor thing, even the display, because those two phones actually they close by. I mean HD, actually same PPI, same size very much, so a little bit bigger for the J7. But the deal breaker actually is going to be the internal hardware in the phone. 16 gigabytes internal storage in both phones. They're actually great, so you don't have any problems, especially because you can also add more for the memory card, so you can get more. But you have 2 gigabytes of RAM for the Samsung Galaxy J7. You have 1.5, so you have more RAM. So technically we started talking about better processors. You got octa-core processor for the J7, which is actually great, high performance, as you guys can see the score. And you have only a quad-core processor, which is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 410. I mean LG, they're still using the Snapdragon 410. I wish that they use actually a better one, Snapdragon 415 or 650 or something. But that's actually gonna make a big or huge difference for you guys. When you see me that score for multi-core score, it's like you know what I mean, 3 times better than this score, and this is gonna be about twice better for the single core. Absolutely, you guys be expecting more or higher performance for the Samsung Galaxy J7. You have Exynos processor, and you have a Snapdragon, which is Cortex, whatever the Snapdragon they are using actually. But in my opinion, we have no problems in the octa-core processor, no overheat, stuff like that. I have made actually separate video talking about the overheating problem, and they're actually both phones, they don't have any overheat problems in general. Android 6.0.1 is going to be on board, so which is the Marshmallow operating system, as you guys can see. So you have the latest operating system right this moment, and you have the LG UI. So technically you have LG Word, which is actually you can download themes and change more customization. You have the knock on, the knock code, you know, some other LG phones comes with the same actually features. You have NFC in both phones as well. No S voice for Samsung, even if they have the TouchWiz. No screen mirroring actually in the Samsung, which is kind of weird. That, I mean, the Galaxy J7 is a good phone. This is actually very weird not to see S voice or screen mirroring. You have emojis and other stuff. So you may like LG UI and you may like Samsung. This is actually back to you. In my opinion, just to tell you, both they are very snappy. I don't have no problems in operating system. I never have any, not even one time my phone got froze on me, or you know, got blank screen or something. That means they are very optimized with the hardware and the operating system, so you don't have no problems. But this is actually more personal. Also, let's gonna talk about the camera very quick. Actually, I don't want to focus too much on the camera because I may gonna do a full camera comparison, so actually they give you more details about camera. But overall, in general, you have a flash and you have wide angle lens, which is 5 megapixel for the J7. You have the filterization, which is the beauty face mode, and you have the red eye stuff for the front facing camera, which is in my opinion gorgeous. You have gesture shot as well with the Samsung. You do have some actually so LG actually camera, even the front, I wasn't like even satisfied with the camera, or in general, you know what I mean. I would prefer actually the Samsung Galaxy J7 camera over the other one for too many reasons. You have only flash and you have only few modes over here. You have nothing actually to play with. While you have modes here, you have actually, you can adjust the brightness, the color, warm, cold, the way that you like it, and you have smart activity, panorama, beauty face, which is all these ones missing. And you have only 8 megapixel camera on the back and no flash for the front facing camera. So overall, if you are looking for a phone, it gives you a good performance for the camera between these two phones, I would say go with the LG, go with the Samsung J7. Now, which one you pick, that would be back to you actually. In my opinion, I would go with the J7 for too many reasons. Better quality display, bigger screen, a flash, better camera, faster processor. But at the same time, if I want to go with the J7, I have to pay around $80 more. So if I want to save some money, I'm not doing too much in the phone, I don't play too much games, then go ahead, get that LG. It's a nice beautiful display, performance very optimized. If you don't want to download actually very heavy games, you should be fine with this phone. A little bit smaller so you get more control on the screen as well. And that was very much it. You guys leave a comment if you like that video, subscribe for more, and that was very much it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on my next one.